Streaming?
Streaming.
Dun-dun-dun. So different.
Do you feel like your hair is okay, Billy?
I do.
Never. This is the first time he's worn a hat in a while.
Yeah.
I like your
Usually it's
matching
the shiny
hats.
hair.
Ever since the haircut, I wanted to go without a hat.
Did you let your
Show it
wife
off?
do it for you,
Yeah.
or
What's
Of
that?
course.
did you let your wife cut your hair?
I did. She does a great job.
That's awesome. I love doing hair, and I don't have any professional training, but I so enjoy it. Yep, I just did his hair. And he's due for a cut, so
That's
Yeah.
about what mine looks like.
yeah.
Nice and short.
It's
Keep it nice and tight.
It's fun.
It's
Yeah.
too hot for hair.
It's very relaxing. Yeah. And there's a lot of trust, I feel like.
I don't have that issue. I buzz my own head because I will. There's nothing there.
I can't cut
Yeah.
my own hair, though. I would never do that. Well, that's not true. I cut my bangs. Not after 2 glasses of wine. You know, since
Safety
I turned
first.
30,
Safety
I learned.
first.
Exactly. Yeah. Or tweeze my eyebrows. Or post on Facebook. But if you cut your hair angry, that can turn out badly.
Have you ever cut your hair angry?
Yes. I just wanted to make that hair pay. And it didn't. I did. Yep. You can't.
Didn't work out the way you wanted it to.
It's like a
It just wouldn't go,
self-inflicting
you know?
wound that you can't hide. Well,
Yeah.
I guess if you wear a hat and you'd be like,
No, you
It's a
can't.
nice hat, no.
You can't. And you can go to a hairdresser and they can try to fix it, and you just end up looking like you have a mullet. It's bad.
I should have taken what she shaved off my head, being like 8 inches long. Just filled
And
in.
donated it.
Filled
to
in.
your own face.
Yeah, filled in my face.
Why do you feel like you need a long?
I have to.
Do you want something? To...
Yeah, we're in the middle
Yeah?
of a beard competition.
Oh shit! And Joe's winning.
Oh no, we should. Well,
I gotta check you out, Lenny. All right, Joe's winning.
Lenny's even better off than me. We started the same time. We both shaved the same day. There was 15 of us, right?
15 of us.
15 of us that got in this thing. We all shaved the same day. We all look like
Did you do it together
pedophiles.
or shave
Oh,
each
yeah.
other?
Oh no.
This
We
is
went to a
awesome.
barber shop.
Is this for charity?
Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah,
This
we're
is
raising money for
awesome.
Easter seals and
Are you
veterans
gonna
count.
donate it for men who cannot grow their own facial hair?
No,
Or
I don't know about that part. We never
Then what
discussed
kind
what
of
happened
charity
after
is
that,
it?
but it's for veterans counts. It's 15 of
And
us.
Easter seals.
And yeah, well, they're a program of Easter SEALs that help out veterans that need it. 15 of us got clean shaved the beginning of January, and it go until August 4th to see who can get voted on for best beard. It's $5 a vote. All that money goes to them. We just had T-shirts made up. All that money goes to them. We're working with
I
local
love it.
breweries. Yeah, like
I'd like to-
so
such
when
an
I talk
awesome
about the
idea,
comedy
yeah.
thing later on,
It's so
this is
cool.
part of the idea with it. Like, and that's
I'd like to
why
say I
asked
gave them all a head start, and I started like 2 weeks ago, but I didn't.
Bullshit.
I started the same day they
so,
did, and
so
I am
I
in
was
last place.
just gonna say, like, is it like, what if like men don't grow facial hair sometimes in certain places on their face? So how do they?
Billy said.
Okay, so
Oh, right side
this
of his
is
face.
actually this is actually my best run.
So
of the
I'm on your
beard.
good
A little bit
side.
on the left side.
Okay.
So I have a scar on my face.
So
where-
this has been since January. Listen, I
Yeah,
understand. So
January
I'm just wondering,
7th,
is
right?
this a?
Yes.
Do you feel beard shamed right
no,
now?
you know what?
You're
It's okay.
still doing it for charity.
It's
You got
I don't.
your.
This is my best
You
run
should
at it.
not
I
feel
started
beard
pumping
shame.
vitamins beforehand.
Are you taking biotin?
Yeah, I am actually.
Yes, you should.
That's part of my
It's gonna
cocktail of
do.
shit that I'm
Biotin is a
taking.
thing. Yeah.
I'm taking biotin,
Listen,
like
are
some
you putting
B12 shit.
nioxin? Are you putting on nioxin?
No.
And there's Latisse. You could be doing Latisse if you wanted to. You can do that right on your scar area.
I use a charcoal scrub on my face. That's
You know what also helps with scar tissue?
cleans the pores out.
Vibration.
Oh, I have to remember that.
Yeah. So
Man, it was,
you could help.
What are you doing?
A little
Nothing.
Latisse.
Massaging it.
No, it would Joe. It would be more like nothing.
Yeah, I get to start the show off right. This is Off Color Discussions. I'm your host, Joe B. Sit with me, my man, Billy C.
Good evening.
This episode is brought to you by Smoke Proper. Go to smokeproper.com. Use OCD at time and checkout. Save yourself 10%. Get a nice sweatshirt, t-shirt. They do have shirts for the
Don't
ladies.
rush it.
I know. You want?
I know you're ready to go, but
It was a pump.
let
It's
it be
good.
organic.
That was very organic.
Okay,
But
there you
they have their old stuff, and they do rolling kits for those that participate in medical or recreational. If you live in a place that you can, marijuana or tobacco products. But tobacco causes cancer. You don't want to fuck with that shit. So.
But if you do fuck with
stay
that
green,
shit,
my
you can
friend.
use it.
This episode is also brought to you by Conic Construction. Go to conicconstruction110.com. Message Mike any projects you got going on: siding, roofing, windows, inside, outside, landscape design. Although they won't mow your shit, you can call Billy for that.
That's a fair assessment.
I'm
always looking for
I'm
side
a mower,
money.
so I get that.
It happens.
Yeah, my friend plowed my driveway all winter. I mowed his lawn all summer. That's what you do, neighbors.
There you go. That's
Hey, I
actually,
was
that's
grateful.
a good trade-off.
You don't forget the favors of the harsh cold winter and the sweltering heat of summer. Yeah, even if your rider is broken.
Damn.
Yep.
I think that's my next
That's a good
purchase.
trade-off.
Yep.
I feel you. Mine's probably gonna be a snowblower first. Winter
Yeah.
sucks, and I got a big enough driveway that it's not fun. Especially the last couple storms. They were wet, heavy. I gotta leave work. I don't
I'm
wanna deal
gonna
with
get
it.
one. I'm gonna get one when I grow up.
I heard my wife to shovel my driveways.
What?
I plow, so I'm not normally home. So it's either
Oh,
get stuck in the driveway or start shoveling. I don't know what
Or
to tell
you
you.
take the equipment and go plow out your house.
Do you know how long it takes to get to my house in one of those things? It's like a 45-minute drive from Nashua.
How long does it take your wife to do the driveway?
Less than 45 minutes.
All right, well, then that's not that bad.
She's pretty quick at it. I'm impressed. Biceps are getting pretty big, too.
Better watch the fuck out.
I had to watch the fuck out before.
This
Wise
episode's
man.
also brought to you by the beer store in Milford. Tonight we'll be feasting on some Pipe Dream Brewing. This is their mango IPA. This released National Beer Day.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's what we should have been drinking?
Yeah. So I still feel bad about that, which we're going to
I
go
do
the
too.
month of April for not drinking. We made it 9 days and we're like, fuck this, dude. Like, I was more stressed out just thinking about not being able to than, like, I was driving myself nuts, especially because of doing this, being involved with the beer. We follow a lot of brewery pages. A lot of brewery pages follow us on Instagram and stuff like that. So I see pictures of beer all day when I look at my phone. So it was like, fuck, man, I am so thirsty. It's so stupid. New Hampshire did National Craft Beer Week from the 6th to the 15th. Yeah, all right, thanks, universe. National Beer Day is April 6th. So I'm like, all right, fuck this. Let's do this. We ended it. We did a live stream, ended it on camera. I feel bad for those that
Well, we
actually
talked a
have
big
issues,
game and
but
said we
I-
were going to do it, but we didn't get the support that we thought we were going to get with people joining in with us.
I-
Most
I
people told
fe-
us to
I-
go pound sand.
I feel like, you know what? You recognize the error in your ways. You self-corrected immediately.
I get
And you're back on track.
big ball, small dick. That's all
it.
it is, man.
know.
I feel like
Big
I feel
balls
like we're
can't
dwelling on
perform.
this. We need to move forward if things,
Well,
progress, my friend.
But
The
you
butt
said
is
that
almost
you were going to do April was going to be no beer.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, no alcohol.
But then,
period.
there's National Beer Day, and then there's now the microbreweries are like, that is the thing that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
It was
okay.
was rough.
That's it. It was a mistake. You fixed it.
It was a mistake
an
committing
A for
to something
effort.
like that. It was a
You
mistake.
don't.
I mean,
you can look at it that way, Joe, or you can just be like, we need to really look at the calendar in its entirety.
You know, that the National Craft Beer thing, that snuck up on me because that did not come up when I researched alcohol.
Yeah, that was the last month.
Alcohol Awareness Month. Only April came up. Not like, aware, I'm here. Maybe it's not telling me to not drink it. It's telling me, hey, try new stuff.
I think we have
Yeah.
another shot at it in November. Isn't it Sober November?
They did Sober October.
Oh, it's Sober October.
Yeah.
Oh, see, we got a chance to redeem ourselves.
No Shavember.
Oh.
Which, fuck that, dude. I'm already done with this thing, but I'm not
You
done
have to
with
go
it.
until August 4th.
August
said, right?
4th, yeah.
August 4th.
Summer's going to suck. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Are
hot.
you using like a beard balm
Oil?
or yeah?
It's
Good.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
I
helps,
mean, I
yeah.
don't mind the field. I don't like eating. Eating is my nemesis.
Yes.
Eating, you're like, I don't know how
Have
to
you
get
tri-
on it. Like
have you tri-
eating is the fucking episode.
Did you do that again for the camera?
Yes, I feel like in is it Miss Pettigrew's Peculiar Children, where the pretty little
See,
girl like
that one I
lifts
haven't
up her hair and then.
I have not
You
watched
feel
that
like
You haven't
that?
seen that?
No,
It's kind of freaky.
no, because I got
Kids like
what the hell did I Nanny McPhee, and then once it was like, oh, it's like
It's
the
a
same
little
thing.
different, but yeah, similar. But
Yeah, so I
different,
think that it was almost like when The Prestige and then whatever the other magician movie that came out at the same fucking time because that's needed.
See, I'm not worried about this summer. I think mine's a little bit airy,
Well, it's 'cause-
so.
It's got a cool breeze coming in over
You
here.
know what I'm saying? Just
You
go
don't-
like this, and then it's
You don't have
thinner.
to dry it.
Yeah,
Timing
so-
is perfect though, because like if you had started in the fall, like I know when my neighbor when he snowblows, like his beard gets like all crusted with like frost. And,
That's awesome. I wish I had that problem.
Yeah. Do you really? Do you have like beard hair envy?
I kind of do.
I kind of don't.
I think that's as long as he can grow
This is
it.
gonna
This
be
is the
totally
longest.
a man
I told you
thing.
this is the best.
Do you
best
think it's
one
just
I've
gonna stop right there?
Oh,
No.
it definitely has stopped.
I
right
wonder
there.
there.
if
Stop.
the hair in our
That's
head
about, like-
only grows as
I
long
had
as
to
it grows.
I had to
and that
trim a
is
little
it.
bit when, like, it was like coming down. I like.
Yeah,
4
trim
or
your
5
mustache, not your beard.
Yeah, no, I
It's
didn't
o-
trim that.
it's-
Are you kidding me? I'm not taking anything away from it.
You're fine. You look like a fully
Don't
bearded
lie.
man
You don't have to
who's
lie to me.
been like growing it for 2 days. You're fine.
I got excited the other morning about something totally unrelated to the beard, and I was like, "Oh, babe, I forgot to tell you." And she goes, "Oh, did you grow another one?" Nope. But
That's awesome.
moving on.
Well,
yeah,
like
well-
I would love to have long hair. My hair will only grow like this is the longest I've been growing it my whole life, Billy. You've only started since January.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is as long as it'll get. So I get your head hair envy.
You know how much money you save?
On
Well,
not
if your
what,
hair-
shaving my face or
on not. If
having
your
a
hair
lot of
doesn't
hair?
go past there, yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter has all hair down to her butt. She won't let me cut it. I keep trying. Her friend
She doesn't
grew
wanna
it out
donate it?
some and then donated her. I'm like, oh, look at what she did. No, I want my hair.
My youngest
All right,
just got
man.
hers cut. Hers
We
was pretty
know.
long.
We know.
Oh, you heard all about it?
Yeah, because she was thinking about their friends. They go to school together. They hang out. Some of their tendencies look questionable.
They plot terror acts.
Yeah, it's they're but
How old?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's meaningful.
So they were
They're still
last-
semi-attached to the universe
Mm.
and semi-present on this planet. So they're at a interesting.
Oh, she's scary as fuck because I know
Should
she's
be.
my kid. Like it's my kid. Like I'm watching myself reenact like if I was a girl. So I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah, the
Please
more I look
don't.
at my youngest, she's me in a like smaller concentrated amount. Like if I was 1 brick of C4, she's like 10 bricks crammed into a smaller box. She's quite the little firecracker.
You're
What's
like
that?
1% milk, and she's like whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a handful, that one. And they're like connected at the hip, which makes it hard too, because they're always up to something.
Yes, or just yeah. It's just weird looking. It makes you question shit like, you better knock it off, separate.
You
What you doing?
You two are
You need
too
to
quiet.
you need to back the fuck up. Just a
Something's
little bit. There's a
going
little
on.
air there. Like
Something's going on.
this is
yeah.
not
That's
relaxed.
awesome. Best friends.
But yeah, so her she was saying that she was thinking about getting cut before you got it cut to that length. And then once she got it cut, she was like, no, I'm all set. I don't want that shit.
If I could grow my hair long, I would. I would just grow it right out the tower down to the ground. You know, it's not gonna happen though.
It's such a pain in the ass to watch.
I feel like I would go ZZ Top
I
here
feel
if I
like-
could grow that.
I would deal with it.
no.
You would go ZZ Top if you could.
If I
Damn
could,
right. I don't even know how those dudes ate
That's
food.
something.
It must have
I
been
don't
through a damn straw.
even for me, it's difficult to eat stuff.
How you
Like,
gonna eat a burrito and not get it
It's,
all up
I
on your
do.
face? I bet.
I'm totally paranoid about it too. Like, I'm always constantly wiping my face.
You get the
because of
bowls now?
it. No.
I had barbecue sauce stuck in my lip. This is annoying as
For 2 days.
No, I'm washed. You know, what is that? Our guest tonight, Alana Foden, who, if you haven't seen her last episode, you should. It was a really funny episode. That was really good one.
We had
I liked it a
fun,
lot.
I
That was-
found out after that my wife had met you before.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Was it at a show or a show?
It was at a show.
Awesome.
Show.
Yeah.
She's a comedian that puts on shows for fundraisers and adult novelty
Yeah.
salesperson. How do you classify that?
Romance
Such a PC
enhancement
generation. There you go.
specialist in the direct sales industry. Goddess
Break that
with
down, I
Athena's
need
Home
that.
Novelties since 2003.
Yep. That
Number
was
three.
Award
329.
winning, right? Did
I've won maid
Right.
service twice. I was Goddess of the Year. I've done things.
It's such a crazy profession, but
It is.
It is because when I started in 2003, there was a survey of women who owned sex toys, and less than 17% would admit that they did. And in a recent survey in 2017, 78 proudly proclaimed yes. And I feel like I was a part of that movement.
That's crazy that you just answered the question I was going to ask you, because I forgot to ask you that last time. I was still a little dumbfounded. You caught me off guard with that one. But
surprise.
I wanted to ask if from the time you would, because you've been doing it a little while, from the time you started till now, if there's a difference in how,
Yes.
I think more open and mainstream it is. Because I know it's more mainstream in general when it comes to like the adult industry, period. Like,
Right.
it's not so
Taboo.
in the shadows and taboo. I mean, even some of the stuff that they do is like, I don't know.
What shows you been watching?
Well, I was listening to one of the Bicker bots and they talked about that. And how the evolution of how like blowjobs used to be taboo like 10 years ago, and now it's the norm.
Well, it was a job.
yeah.
It was called a blow job.
Yeah.
Where now it's like, I like sucking cock. And
Yeah,
they're
see
not
that?
ashamed for that. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like work.
Speaking of
Right.
the big bots, they
Yeah.
tell you smack your lips a lot.
I know.
Just letting you know.
They're dry.
Where-
I'm trying to exercise
Even
my
with all that
mustache.
facial hair
I'm trying to
going on.
exercise my mustache.
and then secondly, like PJ like fat shamed me. It's like, you bastard.
Well, your wife went to a party. Like, she
Recently,
didn't
too.
have to come home and have therapy, right? So
No.
she's fine. Yeah.
Nah, but she was open about that stuff for a while, so like it's not taboo to her.
Yeah.
But
No, but I it's different than guys. Guys, well, I won't say all guys. Some of my guy friends will send me different videos of shit just like out of the blue. Like, here's some tits. Like, I highly doubt they're sending themselves like, yo, check out these dicks, bro. Like,
yeah, I don't
what's
think
up,
they do
sister?
that.
Check out this dick.
Yeah, I
like,
don't
you know what I
think they
mean?
do
Like, if anything, it's guys' asses or abs, maybe, if anything. But it's
Oh, you don't think girls share dick pics? Is that what you're asking?
Do they just
You are
send random?
completely 100% wrong.
really
Like, if we get a dick pic, we show it to everybody.
yeah, but if you get a dick
We'll
pic,
even
usually
show it
it's
to the next
unsolicited,
guy.
Like, hey, you want
Yeah.
to talk to me?
Like, any
this shit out.
any man out there sending dick pics, like, shouldn't. You just, that's it.
Hold it in.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna see it.
Everyone's going to see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody.
That's
And
all right, so that's a
I
fair
never
and,
got that
and
thing.
because of what we can like large screen it, so we can look at imperfections, we can see if it's been altered, we can check out the background, see if it's a woman's room, or and also they recycle them. And so if you see a dick pic and then you're like, oh my god, that looks familiar, let me go through mine.
I got that same one.
Yeah,
Sisters.
Yeah.
Are we best friends?
Imagine if girls did vag pics. Just
Oh, that would be. I think
it
that'd
just
be weird.
would. It would be. It would
Like,
be.
pick up
it
my
would,
wife's phone
It
or
would be
something.
called trainee. It would be like you can't kill the man in him. You know. He's just gonna show his junk.
I see. I thought
That's all we got. What do you want us to
I know. That's our pride and joy. That's it.
And facial hair. Come on.
Well, some of us. Don't say. You know what? Once this releases, I'm gonna get like tons of facial hair pics.
It's live, bro.
Huh?
It's live, bro.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, but nobody's watching.
They might be.
Nobody that's in this competition's watching. I'm gonna start getting those
That is-
sexy side pics of beards. It's so fucked up.
Challenge accepted, sir.
Still August 4th though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a long way. But I wanted to do it where it was cold when we shaved and then hot, so we suffer a little, right? I mean,
You're going to want a professional, to take care of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah. We
Because,
went to,
the first time, you don't want to just go for gold. You gotta work your way up. So.
That's a fair point.
Yep. You're definitely going to want professionals there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
It'll be worth it.
I think the only other time I grew it out big was when she was pregnant with my son. I went for her whole pregnancy. And then after that, it was like, where's my chin?
Why? Is it because she couldn't shave, so you thought you shouldn't shave?
No, it was just something to do. I don't know. It was in the wintertime.
It was like a playoff beard.
It just worked out.
He was hoping for when the championship came, he could shave it all off. Are you longer now than you were then?
No.
No?
No.
Telling you,
I had a worse diet then. Smoked cigarettes then. All that shit stunting.
Good job not being a smoker of cigarettes.
Yeah. Not him either, but I think he quit a year before me, and now it's... I don't even remember what it tastes like. Fuck vaping.
Nope. None of that. I didn't want to substitute one bad habit for another.
Well, one of my friends was saying the issue they have with vaping is when you smoke a cigarette, once you're done, you're done and you put it out. You're vaping, you're driving down the highway, next thing you know, you're lightheaded. You're like, I've been sucking on this thing for an hour now, and I gotta pull over because my heart's pounding out of my chest. I'm having anxiety, I don't know what's wrong. But it's like they've been vaping for a straight hour. It's like,
I don't get it.
You would put out a cigarette, you would have that ritual, and then you would start again. Where my girlfriend, she's been living in California now for 9 years, and she tells everyone proudly that she quit smoking cigarettes 6 months ago, but she vapes. And I'm like, but you didn't quit, you just changed one hand-to-mouth habit for another hand-to-mouth habit. And then she confessed to me when she came to visit that she actually does have a live, real cigarette once or twice a week. So again, you haven't quit. But I love you dearly, and I want to encourage you. You just cut down a lot. Except you're vaping, and now you can vape because this California vape that she has to recharge or whatever. It's this whole kind of pack. It looks like she's going on a mission.
Dick. Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I get some friends.
Thank you.
I guess.
And then she's doing it right in your house, but it doesn't smell. It doesn't put out really much vape or anything, so nobody minds. So I'm feeling like she's putting in twice as much caffeine as she did before, or not caffeine, but nicotine as she did before.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I
actually wonder how that works.
I don't know why people who vape think it's okay just to do it in anybody's house.
It doesn't smell like a cigarette.
I don't mind because it smells like
Febreze.
It smelled like watermelon and chicken.
It smelled like cherry wood. Without the bacon.
Yeah, but see, my buddy,
it's very light.
He pulls these really thick clouds of he'll pull on that thing. It feels like for 10 minutes, and then
that's
he just
supposed to be a thing.
Fills the whole room with this watermelon and fried chicken smelling.
He thinks he's doing a steam room for us. Yeah, no.
It's like he clam bakes the room we're sitting in.
Fuck show, bro.
Yeah, right.
Where's the lights?
It's impressive, but I mean, come on.
Is it though?
Is it though?
It is pretty impressive.
Is he doing rings? Is he having creatures go through the rings?
That would be impressive.
There are competitions of people that do.
No.
Oh yeah, go on YouTube. Look up vaping competitions.
I need to get out more.
Some of the smoke ring or the vape rings that people do are insane. But no, I just think it's impressive that you could have that much lung capacity to pull, an entire cloud. Just fill a room with it.
More importantly, if you do have that lung capacity, maybe you should be running the marathon in this crappy weather that we had.
Yeah.
You had a woman
on Monday.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
A woman won. First time since, 85?
A U.S. woman, United States, someone from the United States. It's been Kenya, I think, for the last 4 years. Yeah.
That feels accurate.
Yeah, I think 85.
The last time I checked to see who won, the woman had cheated. Or
what?
She took a bus ride or something like that. Yeah. Last time I paid attention.
just did it now,
And not
so
that I don't
bitch.
pay attention, because one of my dear comedian friends, Jim LaPrelle, runs the marathon every year, and I just think he's so amazing and impressive. I'm not interested.
Does he pay to get in?
I think everyone pays to get in.
Well, they some people you get like a lower amount depending if you run like other marathons. Like there's certain marathons you can run, and if you get in their qualifying time, you can. That's right there. Sorry.
Whoa.
Well, I feel
there you
like
go.
he pays every year, but potentially, possibly, he does get a discount. Oh, look at that! Vape tricks! That's already happening.
That was a jellyfish and a smoke ring? I think that's what it said.
He does like a hold please to his smoke ring.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, it's not as impressive if they're not putting it in super slow motion.
I feel like it's not as impressive unless you're around a lot of other people who are vaping.
Yeah.
It's not as. But look what I
Like,
did. I just blew a ring through a ring again.
Hasn't had time on their hands.
Right.
Yeah. Like, even when I could smoke, I don't know that I could ever do smoke rings.
I
get,
could.
Like, yeah, if I like went for it, I could get at least like one or two, but not in like I'm not gonna dedicate fucking. Let me rip this butt and try to get it, do tricks with it.
How long have you been smoke free, Joe?
5 years.
So you're 5. So
No, I'm a year longer.
Oh, so you're
6 years.
Yeah, it was
Since
when I was in
2012.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, there you go.
So you were in 2013.
Yeah. Yeah, it was right after we moved down to Pennsylvania. I started a new job. What helped is my wife doesn't smoke, never smoked cigarettes, and then where I was working, you were only allowed like a smoke break at lunch. There was no other like breaks. I mean, we used to sneak out and go into this trailer, but if it was after a while, it just got annoying. Like I don't want to have to go out and move every time, like to sneak one. We were just busy, so.
Yeah.
It's not like you were going out to smoke with other people and talk with other people. I was like the only one sneaking out there. So after a while, it's just like, man, I don't.
Lost its charm.
Yeah. It's like why am I doing this and paying money? Fuck that in Pennsylvania is expensive as fuck. Philly was over like
I feel
$10.
like it's still expensive.
Yeah,
It is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I know in California it's over like $10
Yeah, I
a
wouldn't
pack
doubt it.
or
Down in the city in New York, I think the last time I saw a report on it was $12 or $13. I think in the city you were paying for a pack of cigarettes.
Can you imagine?
I mean, I was
If
spending
someone
$12
bums
a day.
a butt
So.
from you, it's like 50 cents.
Right?
Right.
I mean,
Fuck
that's.
that.
You should charge them.
Yeah. I know people who did. I know people
Yeah.
who. Yeah, I know. I used to work with a guy that if you wanted to bum a cigarette from him, you better give him $1 because he ain't giving you a cigarette if you're not giving him $1. So.
And that cigarette would be worth $1.
Yeah.
It would. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah. I'm
Yeah, I mean,
so
I-
glad not to be addicted to cigarettes anymore.
I
When
was
first
late to
quit-
it though. Like everybody else I know started when they were in their like 13, 14 years old. I mean, I didn't start till I was 18. I
So
think.
peer pressure.
No, it was
Again.
alcohol. I think was what everybody would when you're the only one that doesn't smoke and you're drinking with everybody, and then you look up and everybody's outside on the porch, crammed into a small space, and it's like, all right, I'll go hang out with you guys. All right, what are you guys doing? Okay, I'm gonna try that. You know, hey, I was experimenting, and I smoked for 10 years, and it's horrible.
Yeah, it's the same time when I moved to Florida. That's when I started. I was 19. I moved to Florida. I had stopped smoking weed, like so I needed something to
Supplement.
compensate. I'm like, I need something. So it was like these Indian bitty cigarettes that were like it looked like some incense rolled up in a leaf or something like it. Was
Awesome, like a
fucking
grape leaf.
yeah, kind of right. So did that for a while, but I mean those things were harsh. You kind of caught a buzz,
Yes.
but I'm like I can't handle this shit. It was like smoking cloves and crap.
Clove
like,
cigarettes they smell amazing for
Smell
everybody
great.
else around
Oh,
you.
yeah.
They taste like waxy.
It's
Like I just
ass.
coated my mouth with waxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was no good. No good.
And then I went to like menthol cigarettes, and it was like, let's go to Newport. You know, they cut up
That freshens
fiberglass.
your
You know,
breath or something.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
That is one thing my wife has said about me, like missing that part of me not smoking is having like that kiss with that menthol taste.
No smell on you
Yeah.
at all, like in your hair and your clothing. When I quit, the hardest thing was that I kept going to smoke, And then all of a sudden I would realize and recognize that I was setting up for a cigarette. So I'd like roll down the car window, reach in my purse, and then I'd be like, why am I cold? Oh, I was going to light a cigarette.
Yeah.
But I haven't smoked for 6 months, or I haven't smoked for a year. Like, yeah. And like on comic breaks, all the comics would like go outside, and I'm like, I can't go outside because then I'm just going to smell, and I don't want to smell. So, yeah, but...
How did you quit?
2 years to get over it. I'm almost 10 years.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Almost 10 years of smoke-free, yep.
How'd you quit?
I took Chantix, and, or I
That's
got
a
pregnant, you know. When I, like, decided, like I wanted to be done, I was like, should I really get pregnant? It's selfish.
That just happened.
Yeah. Because it was easier to do it for somebody else, like, inside of me, than it was to do it for me. It's just weird, but I quit every pregnancy, quit right through breastfeeding, and then go out with my friends for a drink and be like, oh, I'll just have one. I'm a social smoker. You know, and then it just went right, just sucked me right back in those cigarettes. Remember those frightful commercials where this creature would just, like, take this kid out of the classroom and drag them out? And I'm like... That is awesome. Clearly an ex-smoker created that commercial.
Right?
Yes.
You don't see those commercials anymore, do you?
They
The
have
truth ones?
No, they don't do the truth ones anymore. I think they made them take them off the air because
People
they were
were
too
afraid.
in your face
Well,
about
what
it.
about the ones
Yeah,
with the
well,
hole
you know,
in the
I mean,
throat?
fuck-
Like,
Yeah,
that's not in
that's-
your face.
Yeah, but that shit happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's just trying to tell you, hey, asshole,
Right.
this is what you're doing to you. Just want to let you know
Marble
this
Man
is what's
died.
going on. Yeah.
Marble Man died. Yeah. So I use Chantix, and I will say this. It's not for everyone. I feel like
Whew, it was a wild
it's
ride.
not for men.
Yeah, I'll tell you. All right.
I
did
think
it
it
too?
affects them completely differently than women. And I literally took like the starter pack, took my biggest knife and sliced the serving in half. And I would take a half per day, which is like a fourth the dose you would take. And that's because like
You're so smart.
twice I almost injured my husband in a nightmare in my sleep. Right? Once I was casting a spell, that can happen. Because your dreams are so real.
Really?
Oh my
Yes.
I've heard that from other people who have taken Chantix, that they'll either wake up from like realistic nightmares or they just have like crazy dreams.
Ooh, man, that shit.
Did you?
You are in virtual reality like that.
Thank you.
Really?
That shit.
Living
Oh
in
my
real
god.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit.
Yeah.
Was
I
definitely.
feel like I missed out at this point.
There were times where I woke up after and was like, fuck, did that really just go down? Like,
Yes.
what the fuck? There were times
Yep.
where I was questioning, like, what happened. But I also know if I only did it for like 3 weeks, or I went for a round, I quit for 3 weeks, thought I was awesome. Like, oh yeah, I
How long is
smoked
the
for like
program?
cigarettes. Just like the patch, like
10
what,
weeks.
12 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you follow it
I'm still
all the
on
way
it.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah. so I friggin' took it the first time, quit for 3 weeks, thought I had it licked, I didn't need to take it anymore, and then was like, oh yeah, let me get one of them cigarettes, and then started all over again, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta stop. So I started again, but I wasn't eating just because of the work schedule that I was doing. Like I wasn't eating with it, so it made me feel fucking nauseous.
It'll make
like,
you
dude,
throw
like
up.
I threw up one
It'll
time.
make you throw
and was
up
like,
so hard.
Oh, nope, I'm done. Like that sucked.
That was
but
what got you off the
Oh
Chantix.
yeah. I used the patch when I finally went. Like just followed the instructions, did what I was supposed to do. Like
Nice.
to make sure that it would work. Shit
Yeah.
works if you follow the directions.
Where did you put your patch? I'm just curious.
On my arm or up in my back?
And
like
did
up
you
in my
move it
top
around?
Shoulder. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you didn't, like it would
Burn you.
burn like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I've heard that.
But the Chantix dreams, holy
How did-
fuck.
I feel like I missed out because I didn't do the
orgasmed, like, 3
Chantix.
times on Chantix in my sleep. It's very rare.
Damn, that's a word.
Well, Chantix makes it more likely, so a lot of women stay on it. I feel like it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
New date rape dream.
How did you quit, Billy?
I did the patch for the first 2 weeks, and then I was like, I don't want to spend another $40 on this shit, so I'm gonna see how many days I can go without, because I figured I was gonna relapse. I really did.
You just set yourself
set
up for
myself up,
success right there
Yeah,
with that
like-
thinking.
Like I figured I'd make it 3 or 4 days, and I'd be like, fuck this, I'm gonna go buy a pack of cigarettes, because I was smoking about a pack and a half a day. So I went 2 weeks on the patch, the first stage, and then I was just kind of dead set on not spending another $40 on the next 2 weeks and doing that for another 3 or 4 weeks. So I mean, like another month and a half. So I just never smoked again. I mean,
That's awesome.
yeah, I mean, I try to put myself in situations like everybody I knew still kind of smoked at the time, except for Joe. Well, I mean, he did for the first year, but everybody still like smoked. So I would just
Take a lot of baths.
No, I'd go outside with them and just sit outside, and then because I hated being the only one left inside.
It's fucking cold out here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not inside.
Right.
Why am I out
Or
here?
in the pouring rain and how you stink
The rain I wouldn't.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, you stink afterwards. Like, it reeks on you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I quit in January of 12. I think it was like January 3rd. And then, so I went the rest of the... So by the time my sinuses and like everything had cleared out, it was almost spring. So I didn't have a lot of that the first, couple months of quitting. Having to smell that cold weather, because the way it smells now is not the way it smelled when I smoked.
Right.
And I think it took about 3 weeks before I could like walk up a set of stairs and notice that I was like, oh my God, I'm not huffing or wheezing at
Yeah,
all.
I can actually run like a couple miles, but at first I could only run like a couple telephone pole lanes.
And then I'm
So I
just
know what
like,
you
Going
mean.
out.
Yeah, I can run and sing.
It sucks because my wife is like the smoker that everybody wants to be. She can socially smoke, or she can go days without even touching a cigarette.
I used to be like that.
I mean, we
yeah.
went to Vermont for 3 days, and I think she smoked half a cigarette the entire time we were there. I mean, I would have cranked through at least 2 packs of butts in 3 days. And she,
Well, some of it too is you want that escape. I don't want to be here right now.
well, no, it's not that. I mean, I don't mind going out there, but like her, we could be partying on Saturday night with a bunch of friends, and she'll smoke 4 or 5 cigarettes, and then she won't smoke one for the rest of the week until the next Friday. And I don't know. I hate the fact that she can just control it like that, because if I smoked a cigarette right now, 2 weeks, I'm balls deep in a pack.
I feel the same way. I feel like it would suck me right back into the void. I'm with you on that. And I used to do that kind of smoking. Like, I'd just smoke when we partied, and then not smoke all week long, and or during pregnancy. And then for whatever reason, it shifted for me. And when I was like, all right, I'm quitting. Maybe if I had just said, well, I'm just gonna keep on like I keep it on, but everything I read about that said it's really not healthy. It's 7 years out, you got a brand new set of lungs.
That's right.
1 year away, brand new set of lungs.
I smoked through both
I'm
pregnancies,
too, but close
and
enough.
my kids are fine. So.
That's right.
That's right.
Right? So.
You said myself. Fucking just tell me.
But not in the
Stop
house.
smoking.
No.
No,
I haven't smoked. Even I think the last probably 4 or 5 years I smoked. I didn't smoke in the house. It was always outside.
Yeah, once they made it a law.
Well, my grandmother said, like, after she gave birth, they brought her 2 cigarettes complimentary to help her relax.
Wow, really?
Yes, and every time you took
Different
a flight
times. Yeah.
back then, they'd just give you cigarettes.
And now you just
It
gotta worry
was
about being
government
sucked out the
funded.
window.
Yeah. That was back when our food pyramid was different, too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all the grains were at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
eat-
like,
eat
oh
all
my
this
God,
shit.
I'm not having 8 to 10 grains a day. I need to get more bread, pasta, and rice into my diet.
And they go, there's an obesity problem in America. Yeah, no shit, because you fucking fatten us up.
It's because of the base layer.
And then all of a sudden they flip it. And we're like, why is
Whoa,
the triangle
whoa.
upside down? What do you mean?
Sorry, Jim. It's supposed to be this way. My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
What do you have going on? What's your next comedy show? You gotta have stuff
my
going
next
on.
one is tomorrow night at Soho in Hudson.
How is that place?
It's really awesome. I think I'm going into my 5th or 6th year. I'd have to look that up, but it's once a month room, and the audience is fantastic. It's $5 a ticket, and sometimes when your audience pays, they pay better attention. And the comics who perform, I always put on like someone who's newer to comedy, 3 who are pretty good, 3 who are fantastic, and a headliner closer. For the well-rounded show, it's about 10. 8 show up usually. It's an 80-20 rule. But we have, it's low ceilings, So it's like you're partying in your parents' basement. There's no TVs on the wall, so there's no distractions.
Oh, there you
And
go.
Yeah.
people
So it's
go
like an
down a
actual
side
room
door.
then.
It's an actual room. And the owners are really good to me. They put up their roadside sign every month, and so we get new people we have new audience members, but we have a lot who come to every single show because they know it's going to be a new show each time. And the comics help me book it by reaching out to me because they can only perform there 3 times a year at the most. So some will try to schedule with me a year out, which makes scheduling really easily.
Why is that?
Each comic, or
Because the room is so successful, they want to go there. So
That's awesome.
yeah. Yep. I have a wonderful New Hampshire meetup group that found me at one venue. I lost them, and now they found me again. I think it's because of my email base. I try to do an email newsletter, and last month we had one of our biggest turnouts in a long time. But even when we have a small turnout, low ceilings, the laughter just bounces off the walls.
I bet.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
it feels like more of an intimate space where there's no TV, there's no pool table, no dartboards, there's no distractions, there's just the comedy. And everyone who is in the room is there for comedy. It's not a surprise.
right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
So it's
Alright,
one of my
that's
favorite
awesome.
rooms. Well, it's my only room right now. I'm looking at opening another room. I haven't locked and loaded it yet, but it feels really promising. And I want another weekly room because it allows me to perform weekly, and also, not that I feel like I have a lot of comics like depending on me, but kind of I do, because I work with a lot of comics who, they come to me for time and they know that I run a good solid room and that I'll bring them audience and have a good sound system and not set up in like a shithead room.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it ruins comedy for everybody. Like, it's not good for the comics, it's not good for the audience, because maybe they didn't know comedy was happening that night, and now you're interrupting their party.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. My most recent event was Easter Seals, which I think it's really cool that you guys are growing beards for Easter Seals. And that was Saturday night, and it was our 4th annual event. We hit our goal before Easter. We were sold out, which is a fantastic feeling. So 2 weeks before event, we're sold out. And next year, we're raising the goal to $25,000.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I feel good
That's
about
awesome.
it. Yeah, it was fun. They're nice people. They're like, it was Fort Devens, 4th year that they've seen me, and they still laugh,
Well, you're not doing the same joke.
I was gonna
Well,
say, I'm sure you
actually,
can.
I do, for the most part, and here's why. Because it's scientific, but people only actually hear 10% of what you say and 20% of what they see and 30% of what they do. So I can and
That makes a lot of sense,
if
actually.
Joe, if we knew how little people thought of us, in the year since they've seen me, their retention is probably 2%. So I could do the same exact and they'll laugh like it's a brand new joke. And also, like, Bill Cosby, I'm so sorry that, like, he went the Louis C.K. way, but
I think he was
precedented
first,
it, yeah. But his jokes I could listen to over and over again because it's such a fantastic story to hear.
Yeah.
It's well told. It's
to
like
separate
listening
the
to your
art.
favorite song. You never get tired of hearing your favorite song, the feelings that it evokes, the emotions that you have. So yes, I did almost do exactly the same set, and I encourage comics. That's what we do. We perfect what we do, and that can take years and years and years and years and years. And then they'll do Comedy Central, and then Comedy Central was like, "That was amazing! Do it again in 1 year." And that's why when you see these greats go back to Comedy Central a year later, they like tank. Because they had 10, 15 years to perfect that hour of material. And now they've been given 1 year to try to duplicate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is Comedy Central still do a lot of premiere shows now? Seems like everybody's going to Netflix. Like, not even HBO's
You know
getting as much as
why?
they used to
Because
be.
Comcast is charging too much money and they're monopolizing the area.
Preach.
Yes. Am I the only one going on the computer trying to find out how to watch free TV? I pay $98 a month for 3 channels.
Jesus.
And
Dang.
I try to find only because I want internet.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid to go to Free Point or Fair Point.
Yeah.
Because $29.95 a month sounds fantastic for 18 months. But what if I don't have internet where I live? Because where I live, if I don't have internet, I don't have cell phone. Because my cell phone has to have an airwave connected to my internet. And
Yeah.
I'm in Hudson. I'm not
no
in the
towers out
Sahara
there?
Desert, for Christ's sakes. What?
There's no towers out there?
Well,
Where you
yeah,
have for
the
service?
church right nearby has one. But
Dunkin'
isn't
Donuts
every
has
church
free
like putting
Wi-Fi.
up a flag?
Yeah.
Well, and there's a Burger King too. There's
Right.
another tower right there. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like there's
said
more
no.
Pokemon towers than there is Sprint towers, but I don't want to take the risk. So I feel like I'm locked in to paying $98 a month for 3 channels that I really don't watch. One is trash TV. It's always like this person's pregnant by this guy, or
Sounds
it
like
just gets
MTV.
worse to bad. And then, of course, there's the news, which is
Even worse.
This guy
and
got
depressing.
hit on by this girl.
You rarely get good news like today. Like, the IRS crashed last night. You all have 24 more hours.
Some lady got sucked out of a plane. I
Yes.
mean, like,
partially sucked.
Well, partially sucked
Still.
out of a
partially
plane.
sucked out.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure she passed away.
No,
but-
it wasn't her.
No?
It was somebody else.
It was somebody else that did?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's unfortunate. But
Honestly.
I was saying this like 2 years ago.
And
that-
HBO.
Yeah.
Those are my 3 channels. That's it. That's what I
Yeah.
got.
I mean, nowadays.
So what you need to do, find somebody that has HBO and the HBO Go, get their password, and then you can use HBO
I have
Go.
Netflix.
Same thing.
you don't
Well,
need to
my
do
friend did
anymore.
that for me. So I have Netflix now.
Why?
You should, like, I don't know. You
It's
have
Firefly,
the Hulu pass, right?
Isn't
Yeah.
that the little...
You have the Hulu, like, live streaming, like,
Yes, that's
big
Yeah,
package.
but you have to pay for like the Showtime and.
See, I thought HBO came with that live streaming package. It doesn't?
So
No?
HBO comes with a Comcast basic bundle
Or a friend that has it.
nearby, but remember, I live in a place that I can't
But you need
work my
good
cell
Wi-Fi
phone
service.
unless my
Yeah.
Wi-Fi is connected. When I get into my driveway, I'm like, guys, I gotta let you go because we're gonna get disconnected, and I back up, and it was like, call lost.
We need to find
Yeah.
a smart kid.
You have a
'Cause then you can
6-year-old
build a
I've
new
already
internet.
heard about.
A new internet?
Yeah.
They haven't even found out the full capacity of the internet that we have.
No, but
We
the
just
whole-
retired the kindergarten internet.
Yeah, but people are gonna ruin it before it becomes good.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what net neutrality is?
I don't, but I feel like we just need more internet carriers. I feel
Well, this would prevent
like
that.
Comcast has become the monopolizer of the area, and
Of
they're
ours, yeah.
controlling the rate, which is in college it was micro and macroeconomics basics, and so I think it has more to do with money exchanging hands.
See, net neutrality, since I don't. It's on a state level. Basically, I think federally they repealed it, and net neutrality is no longer a thing federally, but states can still regulate it on a local basis.
On a state basis.
But basically, what it is it allows Comcast to control the speed of your bandwidth by charging you more to visit the sites that you want. So you basically get a basic internet package where you get speeds for certain websites that you go, but then they sell that information off to advertisers that will
target you.
target you for whatever
Yeah.
advertising and marketing. But then if you want to visit sites that you normally don't visit or aren't involved in your package, you have to pay extra for that package to visit a website. So if you're a sports fan and you have the sports package, but you want to watch Pornhub every now and then, you have to pay an extra $7.99 a month to get the Pornhub package. So, like, it just, I don't think it's
I would have gone with like a Netflix package, but yeah, I mean,
Well,
same
Netflix,
difference.
whatever,
No, but
anything
no,
that
I-
uses like high
It's-
bandwidth,
it's-
like Netflix or Hulu.
They're
like those
tracking your
streaming
everything.
services.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I went to purchase flights to Florida because I'm going to Florida at the end of this month. I did my first flight searches, looked at the pricing, was like, no way, too expensive. The next time I went to search, everything was queued in for me.
Yeah.
So then I did a search, and I'm like, how do I avoid this? That they're tracking, all the rates went up. all the rates went up. Where I wanted to go, when I
Jeez.
wanted to travel.
Shouldn't have
So
poked
that
the bear.
so well no.
You're getting a deal.
You actually can go in and you can go on to the server privately, and then your searches are not followed. And then once I did that, it went back to the old pricing. Instead of the price increase of $100, $200, it was ridiculous. And I had to delete all my old searches, go to a whole new computer, search encrypted, and not have it followed to get the best prices. And I ended up using, it was called Cheapest Nomad. They made the recommendation of this app that you can put on your phone that will, like using Kayak, using they charge a fee, and all of that is getting traced and tracked, and they're all working together to increase the prices. And once they know what you're looking for, you're their target audience. You probably have to be where you need to be on that day, that time, and so we're going to inflate the price for you. I feel like internet service is the same in that kind of perspective, and I think it's wrong. But I don't want to take the risk of switching servers and not receiving service, and I don't watch TV that much, so.
Yeah,
I would recommend Hulu then.
Yeah.
Get rid of your cable.
I was saying
just
that
go
2
Hulu.
years ago.
Because
But
like
how would I have internet?
you can still get
You can
internet.
get internet.
You can get internet through Comcast. I don't have cable.
No, I'm only getting I'm
You're only
getting the
getting internet
cheapest
now?
of the cheapest internet with 3 channels called a bundled deal for $98 a month, and that's the cheapest I can get it.
Really?
You
I
can't
pay
just
almost
get.
$100 a month.
Huh.
And
So
I
you're saying
removed
like a
it from my
legit
tax
just 3
deductions because
channels.
it made my return go down.
Do you have the triple play, like the lowest triple play bundle where they include home phone that you're never gonna
I
use?
don't need a home phone, and
But is it
exactly,
in-
it's
but is
the,
it in
it's
there?
the cheapest
No,
of the
she's just literally
cheapest.
saying it's internet with 3 TV
Three.
channels.
I have
Like,
HBO. I have
literally-
Trash TV, which is like divorce court. Geraldo. I don't think Geraldo's still on, but it's the same type of. This
Dr.
girl's
Dr.
pregnant.
Phil.
There's a lie
Tried Dr.
detector.
Phil.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's awful.
Maury. You
And
are
then
not
and then the
father.
news. I think I get weather. I usually check my phone for that, but I
Yeah.
think it's
doesn't?
outrageous.
Yeah,
You know,
because
you could also look. You have Sprint. Sprint, I think, is getting or might merge with T-Mobile. I know there was something in that they have to get it approved because it's two
Merging
tech companies merging.
to become a bigger monopoly.
Basically,
control prices
so now
even
you
better?
have Verizon, AT&T, and then you'll have Sprint, T-Mobile, or whatever the fuck minus the cricket thing. But you can go to them and like I know Verizon does it now. I assume other ones do it. They'll provide you internet, so they'll give you a hub that would give you internet, like a hotspot.
yeah.
And you can go just through your phone company and
The
cut
problem
them
is
out.
I'll hold you right there.
the problem is a lot of those are expensive. You're almost paying exactly what you would be paying to get internet. Yeah, because they limit your bandwidth. When
It
you hit a
doesn't
certain
work at my
gigabyte,
house.
just like with your phone and your gigs that you get limited on a lot of plans, once you go over that, they slow your speed down. So
Let's do
you
a
get
comparison.
allotted a certain amount for the cheapest price.
Right.
Like if you got rid of your cable and just had just internet, you'd probably
My
pay
phone
about,
wouldn't work. I'd have
Right.
no cell phone.
Yeah.
well,
Because I need to have internet. So Sprint
Do you use
can't
Wi-Fi
sell
calling?
me internet
Move closer.
because
So,
do you use your Wi-Fi calling
I
on your phone?
I do not. I do have it, and I use it when I'm processing Square credit cards. So
Okay.
and I'm supposed to have unlimited, but on the plan, if we get to too much, they'll shut off like one of the lines on that hotspot.
Okay.
But the hotspot won't work at my house unless there's internet nearby.
Jesus.
And I have homes nearby. I'm not that much of a suburbia. It's that for some reason there's like a mile stretch of road between my house.
Dead zone.
It's a dead zone, and it's a sand pit and gravel.
Yeah.
And yeah, so.
There was where we used to live in Greenville, used to be dead, and I got out of my Sprint contract. I've been with T-Mobile probably like 12 years. So, no, my son's 10, almost 11, so about 11 years. We went to Sprint to get out of it and was like, I don't have cell phone service where I live. And they're like,
Prove it.
We have service everywhere.
Call us.
I live.
They're like, call us.
No, I showed them on a map. I'm like, I live right there, and you could see it outlined. Yeah, we don't have anything there. All right, so like I was saying, I don't have that there, and they just let us walk. You didn't have to pay that early cancellation fee, and then we hooked
They
up with
took
T-Mobile.
care of you.
Yeah,
they
they're
took
pretty
care of
good.
you. So Sprint sent me an Airwave. I had, before that, I had not T-Mobile, but Verizon. And Verizon sent me an Airwave, but it was only free for the first 2 years. And then I checked my bill, and my bill kept going up, and they were making me pay a rental fee. So then when I had Sprint, I'm like, look, I'm not going to have phone service here. And they're like, oh, no, if you do, we'll take care of you. If you don't, we'll take care of you. And I would call them from my house because they said, you have to prove it. We're going to GPS you. And I kept dropping the call, and I'm like, this is so frustrating. They're like, prove it. And I'm like walking out on my deck going, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Like, you can't. No. And you're gone again.
Yeah.
I have no phone service here.
My ass.
So you're on board with the 1% before you,
No,
Sprint holder.
I am. I've had Sprint for probably close to 15 years, and
T-Mobile's
I went through their
motherfucker.
bad phases, their Nextel phase.
Here's what I want to see. Do you know when cell phones first came out, I remember my girlfriend, she was pregnant in high school, granted, but when her son had a cell phone, he's like 17 years old, maxed it out to like an $800 phone bill. Do you remember that crazy shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she fought it down to like $400 when they were charging for like each text, each phone call. They monopolized.
I remember that. 20 cents a minute, 25 cents a text. I tried
People
to
were
explain to
selling
my kid
phone
that.
cards. There were whole tiered plans, internet companies that cropped up that were like selling phone plans, and yeah. I'd like to see that happen with internet and TV where it's more free, or a set fee, like one for all and all for one.
Elon Musk, man. Didn't he want to give Wi-Fi to everybody? That's his plan. To
I'll
let them
vote for him for president.
Hell yeah.
I know, right?
Should be a council of them. All smart people. Different experts.
With smaller
but
egos.
Yes. Yeah, that are trying to actually see the good in humanity, not just...
Feel like they are the good.
Oh, is this a Band-Aid? Help me rip that open real quick. Ted, can I employ you to grab me a beer, sir? Sorry. Oh, there's one there.
Never mind.
Never mind.
He's all good.
Is it cold though? Should you chill that?
No, it's fine.
Put it back.
Yeah, see, I started doing this a couple years ago because I had, not that I had a lot of, like, limitations on my plan, but if I went over a certain amount of minutes, you start to get that.
You could have like layover minutes for the following month, right?
No. I started using Wi-Fi. Like, there's a setting on my phone where every time my phone rings or I send a text, it goes off my internet service. So the Wi-Fi in my house is what runs my phone calls through my phone. So I don't even have to go through Sprint. Like, I always have because in my basement, I have no cell phone signal.
It's because you're in a basement.
If I go, that in the garage, total concrete all around
you could
me.
live in the living room upstairs.
But if I went upstairs, I have a full signal, no problem. But yeah, I started using it a couple years ago, and I don't even need it now. But Comcast offers mobile now. You can get a reduced.
She don't want to pay.
No, I don't want to pay him when I'm paying him now.
I know you don't want to pay them now,
But what if you could pay them for their phone
Comcast.
and not have Sprint? So not do a Sprint phone, do a Comcast phone.
they would lower your cable bill.
Xfinity phone.
I almost own my phone. I feel like it's been 4 years. I feel like I own that.
There's an
It's
avenue.
incredibly outdated. It's a dinosaur now, but yeah, I'm going to keep it for as long as it lasts. It's an Apple.
You can relate.
I have Apple.
I like
He
Apple
just
phones.
switched to his
Just
Apple.
switched to
You
Apple.
can buy your own Apple phone and then incorporate it into your plan. And I feel like as soon as Apple comes out with their own phone plans, that's what I'll probably switch to. I like Apple.
Yeah. I used to buy my phones, and then I started leasing a
Well,
couple years
they
ago.
offered leasing all of a sudden.
Because
Like,
they
it
give
went
you
from
a better
contracts to
deal,
leasings.
but you
Yeah.
gotta do 2 years.
Yeah, it's the same thing as a contract, but not a contract. Now you're leasing the phone.
I think I worked it out. For what I would have paid for the same up-to-date phone, I think by leasing it, I only pay about $17 more for the year than I would have just paying it all up front.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I pay a little bit more, but they have that new like what is it, iPhone Forever plans and
Yes,
Forever
my
plans.
daughter just got that, and she
So
has
every
the
year.
best phone in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'll take a new phone every year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to get it anyway. So you might
She's
as well
the new
just
middle
save some
class.
money.
only if she's paying for it by herself.
She is.
There you go.
But I'm still
Can't-
paying her phone bill,
Oh,
technically. It's fine.
my aunt, I think, is on my cousins. They're all like one big family plan. I'm like, the fuck? Are you serious?
See, that's
they
parenting.
moved
Listen,
out,
honey,
man.
I've been against it since the beginning. But when my daughter turned 16 and she wanted the cell phone, I'm like, she's paying for it herself. But you have to have both parents on board. And
Yeah.
so I was stronger. She paid for it herself. And then it was expensive. It was like $65 a month. She had to babysit, pay her own money. Then it broke, and then it ended up we were paying for it. And now I'm paying for all 5 of us and I said, when will it end? And this is when my daughter was 16. Now she's 21. I said, when will it end? When she's 18, when she's 21, when she's 30, when she has kids.
I'm going to go with around 30.
Well, I didn't want to do it in the first place.
My oldest wants me to get her a phone.
How old? 6?
7.
Oh, good.
And
You got time.
she's like, Dad, I need a phone.
Of
What do you
course
need a
she
phone
does.
for? Well, my friends have phones. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
okay, well, why don't you ask your grandfather to put you on his plan? Let's see if he'll get you a phone.
That's such a good idea.
Because he's not going to do it. so
That's so
I don't have to worry about
awesome.
it. Yeah,
Right.
go see if Papa will do
My
it.
parents were going to pay for a phone for me. My parents would give me a dime, and then if I needed a ride, I would put the dime in, let the phone ring 3 times, hang up, call back, let it ring twice, hang up, and that was code for come pick me up.
Yeah, I used to do the
Right?
same
You
thing.
that's how you save a dime.
Yes.
Now, when we didn't have a dime, we would have to call collect. And it would go like,
My dad would
Mr.
say no
Phone,
every
are you
time.
willing to accept a job? Dad, can you come and get me? No!
Click. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's how
I would
you
accepting
still
need
those
to.
have,
You
I would
had a
still
little
have
bit.
a ride. Yeah.
Like calls, you had a little bit of time to say who it was.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
bad, baby, it's a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he liked hanging up on me from the start, I think. I tried to explain to my kid the other day that we used to pay for every call. Like, if I were to call Joe, who lives 2 streets over,
Right.
it would be like
And it would
free
show
for
up
the
on your
first
phone
5
bill.
minutes, and then they charge
Yeah.
you like 12 cents a minute after that.
But you could call the operator for free.
Right. And
You
say,
could find out time of day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
that was our Google.
that was fun. That was
Yeah.
Google.
What is the
was
weather
the
gonna be?
operator is
What's the
free.
weather going to be in my area?
What time are the movies at?
When my brother got his cell phone, he would
Alexa.
like call the operator, and then he found out it cost 50 cents, and he's like, "This is ridiculous." I remember going to the post office, grabbing a 1040 SE EZ form, and filing my taxes for the price of a stamp.
Right.
What happened? What
know.
has happened? Like, I bought TurboTax. I paid $80 for that. And then I still had to pay a filing fee. And then they still tried to sell me stuff at the end, like Amazon.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah,
happy
people
about
that
it.
bought this also bought this. I don't give a fuck about that. I just wanted to buy this. If I wanted to buy the other
just
thing,
wanted file,
I would have
file,
threw it in the cart.
No wonder why the IRS crashed.
I see all these young kids that come to work for us, and when tax time comes, they're like, "Oh yeah, I went down to H&R Block. What the hell is
Why
the matter
would
with
you
you,
do
bro?
that?
You're paying probably 3 times as
$150 to
much."
start, and
I know,
then
right?
20% of your return.
Yeah.
Right. No,
And they're
thank
not
you.
even that motivated to get you a return.
You know what it is? It's because they give them a check that day if they're gonna get money back.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, they're like, who's partying it up this weekend? That's what these kids are doing. Been there.
Yeah, but shit
Imagine-
was cheaper back then.
Yeah,
This shit was cheaper.
yeah, for sure.
Fucking 20 sec was 20 sec.
$20, not 35.
Yo, it's gonna cost you $60. $60? You got a
60
damn
bucks.
mind. Well, it's way better. I don't think so. It's
think
mass
you're telling me
market now.
lies.
It's everywhere now. Like you can't be charging those prices now, except for the government. But that's fair. Tax it out. Make it legal. Let's go.
You'll take that. It's okay.
I just think it's
Take
weird
that,
that we're
right?
paying to pay our taxes.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be free to pay our taxes.
Yeah, when it's simple. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's free if you go through like
No, it's not. I Googled it.
you get. So
Google is
so if
God.
you went to
We
TurboTax and
discussed this earlier.
just entered
If
your
I had
W-2
found a way
information
to
and did
file
nothing
for
else.
free, it would have been happening. I looked it up to see if I qualified, and then I went through the steps, and then it was like, oh, it's free for now, but then it's going to be $177 estimated once you get through the whole process. So it's a bait and switch. So they tell you can go to New Hampshire tax gov
Yeah.
dot free.
Whatever.
It's not. Like, they bring you to these different apps, and the apps will start you for free, but then they take from your return.
Bastards.
Bastard.
Shady motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So, before we wrap this up, what my plan was for next year, I have 2 ideas kicking. And the reason why I want to ask you is because I want you involved, because you obviously know the business. So, like, I want you involved. Kind of like this year we're doing the beard competition for a fundraiser. In October, I'm planning a brew tour is the goal for a fundraiser. Next year, I want to do a comedy show. The beginning of the year, do a last comic standing style for a month. Different breweries, because, again, that's what we're involved with. So, scout out some that it would be an event for comedy, so you wouldn't get that distraction. Like, people would be there to see the comedy. That's what they're there for. Then they would vote on the guest or the comedians. Winner wins at the end of the month, and then set up one at the end of the year. Go for a big dog or semi-big dog to headline, and then whoever won, have them open up for that person. And then also, again, to go to charity of what to be named later.
Well,
So-
you got a great outline there, and you're thinking about doing like a brewery tour comedy kind of
The first time, yeah.
So one of my questions that comes to mind is getting the comics enrolled in joining in that contest.
Yeah.
And then we would, so giving them an opportunity to preset dates at 4 different places would be a great way to enroll them. Having all audience vote. Comedy contests in the past have gotten like bad reputations, because then the most popular person in the neighborhood can bring all the people, and then they
Yeah.
win, but they're not really qualified, and they can't do more than 5 minutes because
That's a
they're
fair
new,
point.
or their friends come, and then maybe their friends really want them to win, so then they are inappropriately interactive with the comics who are doing a good job, which makes them work harder, which can give the comedy contest kind of a hard thing. But I
That's a
like
fair
your
point. All right.
concept. So you could rotate the venues. The comics
Yeah.
could pay one time to be enrolled, and then have 4 set dates to perform in. If you had like maybe a comic who's been around for a long time, who could be like a barometer maybe off to the side, who could say that comic could move forward or not move forward, rather than all like 100% audience vote. In the past, what I did was an audience vote got like 1 point, where the feature comic, the headliner, the big dog, the one who closes the show, actually was like a judge who he voted for the comics, and his vote counted as like 5 points, which meant that every new comic who brought 5 people, well, the person who was judging on the talent could negate those 5 people with their 1 vote.
Yeah.
That way, which made it more fair. To do a contest like this, if you present it to a fairness to the comics, so they actually feel like they're performing their craft in a fair way, I think it would have more success.
That's good feedback right there. You don't just get that anywhere.
No, well,
You can't Google that.
No, you probably could not. So Google is
I don't
not
know.
God or king.
You look
But-
so disappointed that Google's not God.
Fuck Google. I still like Bing.
Whoa.
But we
I
could
like
definitely
Bing.
talk
Same thing.
Just-
more about it and do a numbers kind of thing. And it's
bad,
your
right?
idea. Keep germinating it. And
Oh yeah,
and,
no, I'm not
and-
done. It
and,
formulates.
you know,
It's still back burner, but that's just the
I don't want to
outline.
knock it down, and you got. It sounds like you got a year to
Sucks.
plan
Go
it.
fuck yourself.
You got great
You-
sponsors.
In fact,
It's
I
a
would
lot
feel
of
good if
work.
you told me
It's a
that.
lot of spreadsheeting. It's a lot of promoting. I've done a comedy contest that went really, really fantastically. It was a lot of work, but it kind of saved the summer for this venue. and you're talking about spreading around to 4 venues, I would ask all 4 of those venues to equally promote all of the other venues, so that it was like almost like they do Downtown Live in Nashville when they do those tours.
Yeah.
That each of the venues are all working together for the common success for all. That I think that would be a great platform to come from as well, and also a fairness of the comedy contest for the comics.
So I came to you.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. I'm honored. Thank you.
I know she's gonna know, and I'd like to work with you to do it. That was the thing.
I was hoping she was just going to be like, yeah, that sucks. Move on.
No, I think when people
want you
work
to feel
together,
my
we
disappointment.
accomplish a lot more. You ever like make the whirlpool in the pool by yourself, and you're running
Takes forever.
and you go around one time nothing, second time maybe something, third time maybe, like 6, 7 times. Finally, you're making a whirlpool. You got one other person. You're already making a current, and you got 3 people going in the same direction. You can splash over the sides. So people working together create more.
It's all about community.
I know. That's why we're working with the Bearded Sinners for the beard competition.
I'm so sorry,
And,
I can't grow facial hair or hair.
But they're at August 4th is their summer sizzler at Abel Ebenezer. They do a walk-on beard competition. They're a beard club. That's what they love, beard competitions and beards.
Cool.
They have some nice ones.
They do a lot of other things. But
But they do.
It's not Billy exclusionary.
They told me I could have a pink shirt, which means you're, an honorary member, but I don't think they really respect me.
But we're working with them. We're working with Abel. Working with Veterans Counts. We have an event in June 2nd. We're doing a Mario Kart tournament. That again, we have raffles, prizes, all that goes
That's
towards
so
Veterans
awesome.
Counts. Yeah, it's definitely a different show than I think last time you were on. I don't even think we had sponsors then.
No, we
Sponsors are
didn't.
cool. And doing good is
She
good.
was like our third or fourth person.
No, she's like 12.
No.
Yeah, because Troy was 11
we all
and
look
she
the
was
same,
at.
Billy. It's
No.
fine.
We had so many throwaway messed up episodes with a certain
We had
person.
1, 2.
3.
4.
No, it's
It's hard to
5, 6,
keep track
7,
of what
8.
officially
One.
went through.
2, 3.
3 at least with that one person.
He's tainted.
Yeah, we still have the
Tainted.
secret audio that we haven't released. There's still a void in our list of episodes.
The comic, every time that the person I was talking to you before that I wanted to be a comic, every time we've tried to do that episode, something has gone wrong. Whether it's audio, whether it's
Oh, dear.
We did get
people in
quality
the
audio
corner. We
from
did
him.
get one. We did do a movie one.
We got the shit
that
that
one
turned
worked
the
out.
tub story was gold.
His
Gold.
kid shit in a tub.
And it was like a whole investigative process. He told the story. It was riveting.
It was like NCIS.
I mean, I was
That's a thing.
convinced by the end it was going to be him, but they took a turn and it was the kid. And I just never saw that coming.
He took a turn when it was the older kid. I thought it was going to be the younger one.
Yeah.
But before we go, I did want to do one thing. We're on iTunes. I don't know if you know that. We're on iTunes, Spotify, all that.
Awesome.
All the socials.
All the socials. But we've been getting reviews now. The reason why I switched to an Apple phone was to use Apple more, use iTunes, and actually pay attention.
Smartphones are amazing.
Yes, they are. Being on a Samsung or Android or only having a PC, like I could only sit on the PC to look at stats, and the guy's like, you could look at on that from a computer. Yeah, I'm not gonna be sitting in my basement all the time. Like I gotta go up. That's right. Use your living room. I gotta go up and do stuff.
I like my family room. My kids want to be with me. They come downstairs in the basement and hang out.
When can we use a TV? Never.
No.
This
Never.
TV's my TV. You want a TV? Get a job. Go
Get
buy
a
your own
job.
TV.
Right.
Go bury yourself upstairs and watch TV there.
That's like when I got PUBG, which is a video game. My son's like, "Can I get it?" Whatever, dude. Fucking here. And then he downloaded Fortnite. Yeah, you don't play PUBG. I'm like, bro, why spend money on it? You don't even use it. I play sometimes. Bullshit. I never see you play. Well, it's all
Fortnite is
all my
adolescent
friends
crack,
play this.
though.
It is, but still.
It's
not the
adolescent
point.
crack right
That's
now.
not the point. So the latest review that we have on iTunes were the Motley Crew of podcasts.
Woo!
Yeah,
That's
we
really
are the Motley Crew of
badass.
podcasts. Definitely a mixed bag of
definitely Tommy
politics,
Lee.
entertainment, gaming, life, beer, and etc. I'm not sure what the etc. part is, but there's
It's
an etc.
eccentric.
These guys are fun to listen to. The dynamic is entertaining.
Entertaining.
We caught that.
Not literate, but entertaining.
It's the beard.
I think so.
He had to take the windscreen off because I don't have this problem, but his beard rubs against the mic.
Yes, that's why they're turned around now. It's been a
It's a learning
process. It's a journey. Alana Foden, if you're watching this live, you can go check her out Thursday the 19th at Soho and Hudson, or check her out Comedy on Purpose on Facebook. If you need some fundraising done, put on a comedy show. That's what I want to do. Do some fundraising and earn some money. Not for me, for etc.
Let's definitely do that. Let's put that together.
Word. Thanks for coming. It's been fun.
My pleasure.
Ted, it's nice meeting you. Yeah, like, you're like,
He's so good.
I know.
He's so great.
well, you ready?
Yeah?
You good?
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love her cup.
I know.
Cheers.
It's like adult but childproof.